Hey guys, we are live for the Friday. Yes, now we are live. Okay, I think I got a visual. So it is Friday's final draw. I'm a super
Yeah.
stoked about tonight because I'm in a special area. Super stoked. I think I'm always stoked. I can't help it. My life
You
is
are
good.
stoked.
It's good to be me. Can I say that? I think that's good.
Yeah, you can say that. It's great to be you.
It's good to be me. And it's so actually tonight, you guys, we have a super special episode for you because we had one of the most biggest, greatest events of the century that I didn't even know existed. Actually, I think this was the first annual that's ever happened. So we're definitely going to go deep, 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 deep into dive into what all happened, the background behind it, all of the things that went on with it, and all of the intricates that like went on with this, plus the amazing things that you guys need to know that are gonna be beneficial from the event. And you know what? I believe we're gonna have a couple of special guests, including the cigar fanatics. We're hoping that they're gonna be able to jump on, but they have a busy night tonight, and we're gonna try to make this work. But on the other side, I actually have another special guest that you guys have. So, anyways, my first and one and only co-host, you guys know him well. I hope that you do by now. Chevalier.
Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? Welcome to the last draw. The final draw is for Fuente Friday. I'm in Texas, and somebody else is at an undisclosed location with water and all 360. So somebody's chilling while I'm in Texas dying in the heat. Like it's 100 degrees outside right now on my patio.
I mean, it's still hot here too. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
But let
yeah,
me
but
tell you
y'all been
something. Right now, guys, right now is the time to share, okay? Go right now and share this video, okay? It's very, very easy to do. You just hit that little share button. It actually says SHARE. And you can share this with all your friends. Share it with you can share it with your groups. You can share it in Messenger, and you can share it everywhere. Are you hearing?
Yeah, now we got a little bit of an echo, but you're coming through clear, but there's a
You know what?
slight echo.
I'm going to give you a second to go ahead and take over, Chevalier.
All right. Well, you know what? Like we said, this is for Fuente Friday, everybody. We are starting the weekend off right. Mel's down there at a special event. Like she said, I think this is a first annual event that they're having there. We're expecting Carlito to jump on and talk about it and some of our other guests. I think you guys are going to be really, really enthused about what we've got planned for you tonight. It's going to be some great commentary. Wish you guys, for those of you that were here last week, we had some great commentary. We had a special guest from the PCA on, Carlito himself. The man was on with us, and we had some great conversation. I didn't know much about the PCA at all, and so it turned into a question and answer session for me as a new entrepreneur. You guys know me, Chevalier. I run my own business, chevalierlife.com, where I sell personalized humidors, cigar accessories, and a cigar apparel. And so we got to talking about the role that the PCA plays in even with minority business, just all new businesses coming in to the market, coming into the culture. And one of the things that I learned last week is that the PCA is really, really excited about bridging the gap with the new entrepreneur and the established tobacconists, the manufacturers. They wanted to bridge that gap and bring it all together and create something. So that's exciting for me. I'm not going to be able to make PCA this year, but next year, I'm really looking forward to getting out there and making some connections. And that was a great topic. And so, since I've been on this show, it's been a learning experience for me being sort of the baby, because whenever I'm on here with Mel and everybody, we're always talking about so much. And I always have a lot of questions like I did last week. So we encourage you as you watch the show, if you have questions, put the questions in the chat. Mel's going to pose the questions, or I'll put the questions out there, and let's get your questions answered because this is what it's all about. It's Fuente Friday. We're here to have a great time. You guys are going to listen to her talk noise. I'm going to laugh and talk a little noise myself. It's going to be a great time. Right now, she's in the background trying to get everything set up because she's been traveling, moving around. I've been doing the same thing with all events that I'm attending here in North Texas. And both of us are dedicated to this show, but we're also doing quite a bit. So she's trying to get it all together right now so she can come back with you guys. So how are you guys doing? I hope that you all are having, you had a great week. We're coming up on the weekend. This is a new holiday weekend. This is the Juneteenth celebration. It's a big deal in the South here. It is a sort of a ode to civil rights. It dates back to a time where the slaves were actually freed 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation in the South. I myself, being from Indiana, I didn't know anything about that until I moved to Texas. I was a Marine, and I ended my enlistment here in Texas, and I made a home here. And so I learned about the Juneteenth celebration. And so we are going to be celebrating that here in Texas, I think all over the South. That's the new federal holiday. Also, this month is Pride Month. Um, with that, there's in our culture, we have all types of people in our country, and we try, as you can tell of late, there's a different celebration or a different month for every culture, for every lifestyle. You've got Black History Month in February. We got Pride Month going on. We've got a Latino month. We got months and days. We got Taco Tuesday. We got special margarita days. We got all kinds of stuff now in society that when I was growing up, we didn't have. But that's the beautiful thing about our culture. It's ever changing, ever evolving. And so we have to be open and accepting. So, for those that celebrate Pride, from me, Chevalier, at chevalierlife.com, and from the Final Draw, we wish you a happy Pride Month, and just enjoy it. I hope some of you guys are smoking cigars and what I like to call the Chevalier lifestyle, living the Chevalier lifestyle to the fullest, where you smoke the cigar, sip the whiskey, sing to the music, and savor the cuisine. Those are all the key parts of the cigar culture, and there are definitely parts of the Chevalier lifestyle. I live it every day. So for me, right now, I don't know what you guys are smoking, but I am smoking on a cigar. My sister was in the Dominican last week, and I told her, grab me some cigars from down there. And so she grabbed me one. Let me grab my glasses because I'm not a young guy. Let's see. I need my glasses every now and then to read. So this cigar, I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with it. It's called A&E, and that looks like Adam and Eve cigars. Um, it says special selection in Spanish. It looks like a pretty cool cigar. I lit it and I took the first draw, and it's very light, very light. And I usually smoke Maduros, and so I'm expecting a little punch on the first draw. Very light, very pleasant. I'm not drinking tonight, but if I were drinking, I would probably pair this one with an Angel's Envy Rye. I think this cigar would pair well with something like that. It's very light, but it's very pleasant. Um, Earthy flavors, light, very light pepper with a little bit of sweetness after the first draw. I really enjoy it though. Now this is for what day Friday, and usually I try to have an opus in my hands or something, but sometimes we go unbanded on the show. We do that so we can, you know, everybody likes to smoke. Everybody doesn't have an opus in their hand, and we understand that. So we go unbanded a lot on the show. So hey, you know what I like for you guys to do? Put some really put some questions and comments about what you'd like to see on the show, what you like, even what you don't like, because we're constantly improving all the time. I mean, that's what we want to do. We improve all the time. We want to give you guys what you want. We want you to be happy about watching the show. And most importantly, we want you to like and share the show. We are trying to grow it. And the more we hear from you, the more we know how to fine tune things so we can make the show out to be exactly what you want. Because this is the final draw. It's for Fuente Friday. It's supposed to be a party. When I think anything for Fuente Friday, any word with the letter F means fun to me. I don't know about you guys, but for me, it means a lot of fun. So, the final draw is just that. We sit down and we talk about what's been going on all week, and we just relax, smoke cigars. Usually I'll have a little jazz music going on the patio, but like I said, Mel and I both were running like mad people in our prospective parts of the world, trying to get ready. We were running a little behind, get the show going for you guys. So we really appreciate you guys, and like I said, hang in with us. We got a few more minutes and she'll be back and we'll be ready. I see a lot of people in the comments. We see your hellos, and we really appreciate you. We're so thankful that you're sticking with us right now. Having a great time. I see my girl is back. Look like she's, you got an echo or anything? You good?
I don't think I have an echo. I have
You
no
do not.
echo. Oh,
I just got, it's
snappy.
all male. It's all male right now, so we got you. Although, what is that name on there? I can't see it. I told him I have to get my glasses out sometimes so I can read shit that's on the screen.
I
I
love it.
got Duke Simpleton. Thank you
Duke
for your
Simpleton. We've got
service.
Aldo
Hey,
in the
man.
house. What up,
Hey, Duke.
Aldo? We've got
Duke, I
Byron in the
appreciate you,
house.
brother.
Love
I
you, Byron.
appreciate you.
And
Simplified,
we've
Duke. That's
got
what we say in the
Nation's
Marine Corps.
Loft. RS here. That's RS Lifestyle. Hey, RS
Is that
Lifestyle.
RS? What's up?
How do I look? I'm laying. I got some
You
rest
look
last night.
taller. You look taller. You look taller than me right now.
I love
But
it. I love it.
we both know
So,
that I tower over you by like 5 feet, but
but you
you
look
look taller.
so good, dude. You
Thank you,
look
man.
like
I'm
you're
trying.
20 years younger than I
That's
am. Like,
that's because I'm beside you on the screen. That's why. If you take that off, that's the glow. That's the glow
okay,
coming over.
Leo. I want to give a big old shout out to Leo Stone. We love you, and we are here for you, and we are definitely going to keep you in our prayers. So you got this, man. You got this.
All right, Leo. All right, Leo. Take it easy, man. We're praying for you, brother. Thank you for sticking in with us tonight. RS
Right?
Lifestyle, what's going on, man?
Thank you
Join
for
us for the
everybody
live
for
later. Yes.
yeah. So thanks to everybody for definitely joining us tonight. We have a definite awesome show for you guys because we are going to be discussing the amazing event that just happened. This is a 26-year anniversary for the cigar. It's Arturo Fuente Cigar Club in Santo Domingo, which is owned and operated by Ciro, who is the president of Arturo Fuente. And he has done an amazing job with it. And he actually wanted to celebrate and give back to his people, which was amazing, And so the event was definitely above and beyond what you could possibly even imagine. So we're going to get some insight to that, which I was grateful to be able to be there, and as well as I think a lot of people were definitely grateful to be there. He's like, "What are you smoking?" Well, it is the Don Carlos Lancero. I know it's a little good. Chevalier, I'm sending you cigars. Okay, we're having you gonna smoke some excellent cigars as well. I'm gonna put you on my list. I already got
All
some in my
right.
pocket. I got some in my pocket for you, so don't worry. I'll be sending those soon. So,
Send the ones in your pocket.
Right? But without, okay, so Chevalier, with a quick little word or intro to maybe what you're going to be talking about later, what's a quick little word about what has happened to you this week? How have you been? Have you had a quick start or?
This has been a great week. Of course, I coming off of some health problems that I had to deal with for a couple of weeks ago. This has been a great week. I went back to work this week. I got to see all my friends. I hung out with my family. I've been smoking cigars all week, which to me, that's heaven. If I can come, me, Bill, if I can come home and get on the patio and pour me a little whiskey, smoke a cigar, and listen to some smooth jazz, I'm in heaven. And so it's
Right.
been a great week. Had amazing sales on our website. We're doing events tomorrow and over the next couple of weekends. But one of the things that I've been thinking about is just progress all week and
God,
not
yes.
allowing myself to be sidetracked, by interference from the outside. And, so focus has been my main thing all week long. And so, a little later on in the show, I'm going to talk about focus and dedication and avoiding that outside noise. We need to do that in everything we do as it relates to our businesses, as it relates to our shows, as it relates to our families. Sometimes you got to avoid the noise and just focus and dial in and achieve your mission. Stick to your goals. And so, we, Mel gives me an opportunity to talk about, we like to call it the thoughts of the final draw, and I usually do it at the end of the show. But a lot of times I prepare something and I get here and I get to thinking about something else and I relate it to my own thing. So this week, guys, I just want you to stay focused on what you're doing, set your goals, write them down, plan your work, and work your plan. That's what you need to do, whatever it is. If it's something with your health, everything that we do in our day to day, we have to plan it out and work it. You got to be dedicated to it. And when those things that come in to try to sidetrack you, you don't allow it to happen. Focus even more and press on, and get it done. Get it done. That's the main thing. Just like Nike says, just do it. And so, you'll be successful eventually. Doesn't mean that the road won't be hard for you, but you got to do it. And so, do that. That's the final draw that I was going to do a little bit later on. Don't want to go into it too deep right now. We're at the beginning of the show. Mel has got big things coming for us, so I'm excited about it right now. I can't wait to learn. I can't wait to learn. I learned a lot.
Dude, man, if you could have seen this week, it was unbelievable. This show that we just came from, and that I was able to be like, I am so grateful that I was able to come here and have the chance to be able to experience it because it was unbelievable. I'm not even sure that I can give the total rundown of it. I feel like I have to give it to the man to tell exactly all the details. So I am, without further ado, is that the word?
Yeah, without further ado, without delay. Just
Without delay.
Let's keep it
We
simple,
might as
man.
well.
Let's keep it simple.
Let's bring it in. Let's bring in the man who knows all the details, and I can just, help support him by being like, yes, that was it. Yes, that's what happened. Yes, that's what happened. All right. Woo. So here we go. Carlito Fuente Jr., you guys. And
what's going on, Carlito?
Hey, Drew, what's up, man? Good to see you.
Chilling out in Texas. Good to see you.
Bro, that smile,
Man, I'm excited. Hey, we lost your volume. As a matter of fact, we lost both of your volume.
there you go.
Wait.
There
I'm
you
trying
go.
to figure this.
Now you're back.
I'm trying to figure this out still, but
No, you good, man. So check it out. The last thing we heard was that smile. Hold on, let me give it to you again.
give it to me. Yes. No, it's the eyes. I see the beaming light in the eyes, the smile. Behind that smile, those eyes, there's a big heart. And you know what? With the time you come to recognize these people who love people, who have that special gift that brings people together. And my brother, you know what? I begin to know you and everything and all your contributions we do for cigars. We do for, what you do in your program. You're just talking about life, just talking about the things that we, that affects and touches us. That's great. So on this special program, I just want to say, bro, good to see you. Mel's always good to see you. And it's good to be here. And Leo Stone, I hope your surgery goes well and everything. I know that you try to reach out to me. It's been crazy. I've come from incredible, overwhelming, heart-fulfilling back-to-back charity events that just have me, there's still, I still pinch myself. Was that a dream or did I really live this? After being locked down for so long and, with COVID and all these things, I'm being so worried. Being able to travel again, go to an event. First of all, Cars and Cigars, what an event. Million and a half, 1,350,000, whatever. Race for charities, support so many different charities. and one of the biggest contributors of Cigar Family Charitable Foundation. This is our 9th year we do this event. We skipped one because of COVID, I think, one and a half, whatever. But it was just amazing. People came from all over, 1,500 people, sold out, hugs, and just so much energy. And then I fly to the Dominican Republic to pay tribute to what's like a son to me, brother, president of the company, who started Arturo Fuente Cigar Club 26 years ago. But because of COVID, you know, I said, man, you can't celebrate 26 years, your 25th anniversary. But what an event that was. There was people from all over. It was sold out within 2 weeks. And it's for charity. It was for charity. And so many people call me, you know, friends of mine, people who are very influential, what are considered very powerful people in the country, call me up. Hey, I'm coming. And I said, hey, you get your ticket? You know, it's a limited amount. No, man, I don't need a ticket. I said, you need tickets for charity. Well, man, it's a lot of money. I said, well, you know what? Maybe you shouldn't be enjoying premium handmade cigars because maybe it's not made for you. Because if you don't have money for charity, you should not have money to enjoy a great cigar. So it started at $500, $550, and they were scalping tickets for $2,000, $1,500. People wanted to go, but you know what? This is an island, but it's incredible. People, when they found out who was going, the people were going to be there, and they weren't doing anything to get. All they wanted had their picture taken. They wanted to be seen where the action was at. They wanted to be part of history. You know, it's like the Elon Musk, go up in the air. Yeah, it wasn't about the cigars. It was crazy. What an event, man, really. But you know what? It's just overwhelming. So much love, so much support. Of course, my colleagues were there from the Dominican Republic. People came from a long way. We were limited what could be offered. It was a limit of 500 something people, and the place was it was a Hollywood set. I mean, the vibes. We had the great Arturo Sandoval, 10 Grammy winner, Emmy winner, all the awards. He came in with the music, trapeze, Circus Olay type women coming out of the skies. Oh no, bro! Wait,
Carlito. You had women spinning in the sky.
Well, I didn't have anything. Listen. I was the one that arrived like on a parachute. I just showed up. To be honest, true. The only thing they told me, please, Cyril, who's the one that did the whole thing, please, you got to be there, of course. But please, the only thing I ask for you is get there on time, please. You got to be there when the people arrive because just I get there when after party. I like the after party. I'm big in the after party.
So was this?
But it was great, man.
Formal event?
Great.
Was it formal, like a formal?
No. It wasn't really what you call formal. It was black and white, and of course, a lot of people were looking for me, and I was like camouflage because everybody wore white, white guayaberas and the Panama hat, so nobody can find me. Everybody looked like me. Everybody had 2 cigars in their left pocket. They had a white guayabera hat, and of course, some people I wore my tux, man. Special event like this, celebrating 25 years. I came with my tux and my full bufanda. I was ready to party that night, and I did.
So I got a question. So can we look forward to seeing something about this event every year going forward? Because from what I understand from Mel, this was the first annual event. So can we look forward to seeing it again next year? And the second question is, I'm coming. It's not even a question. I'm coming next year.
No. The next event, you must be here. Definitely, no question about it. But I don't know if there'll be an event next year or we'll skip a year. We'll see. There's so much going on, Yeah. But people want it. The golf tournament that the Cigar Club gave Arturo Fuente, that was the best golf event. It was a golf event ever held in the history of the Dominican Republic. The who's who were there, all the people, and they're still talking about it. No, it's everything. I'm not saying we. I'm saying Cyril. Whatever he does it right. First class.
Wow.
But But the thing, people come because they respect them, they love them, they appreciate them, they want to be seen with them, they want to hug them. So, he's just such a big draw with so much love from everybody else that, just the right people and as many people. Of course, we wish there was a lot more, but it's just a question of space. But everybody there, we're there to hug, take pictures and love, and people that we know most of the time for a long, long time. It was a
Oh
family
wow.
reunion. It was
Sounds
special.
amazing. Sounds amazing.
It was,
Sounds amazing.
it was, my brother. It was.
I told Mel,
It was.
y'all down there having all this fun without Chevalier. I sent you that message on the when you sent me the picture. I think it was a deal where you guys were partying. I sent you the message and then I text Mel. I was like, hey man, why y'all down there having so much fun without Chevalier? What's up with that?
Yeah, man. No, that won't happen again, my brother. I guarantee you, it won't happen again. We'll make sure.
Oh man.
But
I'm
it's
glad
one
to
of those
see it.
things. Everybody's worried. Straight. It was going to rain. There was 80% chance of rain, whatever. And a beautiful night. It couldn't have been. It was impeccable. Same thing
Wow.
happened at Carl's de Cigars, where millions were raised, and in Detroit, we're Greater Michigan, outside Bloomingdale's, right there in the place. It's called Freedom Hill. It's a big concert place. Freedom Hill is owned by our friends, the Shalani family, which does so much for charity. Even then, you never know. It was supposed to rain, this and that. And bro, let me tell you something. We thought we were getting away with it, and all of a sudden the sky got so dark. Chevalier got so dark, and also getting winds and breezes coming down, and it started raining, and the wind, and people all dressed up in their suits, beautiful clothes, custom made with the paisley and the glitter. This is a party.
Oh, they were ready. They were ready.
Detroit, man.
Yeah.
Motown, Detroit, and all the music.
Yeah, they gonna do it.
People, hey, no, they had shoes with sparkles to match their, their jackets. I mean, this is an event where people go dressing and they flash. But it's a fun thing, and it's here comes this wind. It gets dark, and here starts raining. We also getting, even though how far in you were, you could feel that water coming in and everything. And within a second, they start talking about my father, because they give an award every year. It's a tribute to my father's way of living his life, how he gives back. So they pick a big leader in the state, in the community, a big entrepreneur who's done so much, gives back to charity and everything. It's a Carlos Arturo Fuente Award. And he's making his presentation, and all of a sudden, the winds calm down, and I look out there, and of course, it's all tented, but the sides are open because it's a big, amphitheater, huge, 1,500 people sitting down in different layers and levels. And I look outside to see a rainbow. And everybody starts, you can see heads, hey, it's Superman, look up in the air, up in the sky. Everybody's going pointing. Here comes a rainbow, man. It just stopped raining, and it was such a beautiful night. Everybody had a great time. And it was right there
during the presentation about your dad.
Yeah, yes, it is.
Yeah.
It was.
Wow, that's
heartwarming,
man.
It really is. It really is. It goes to God speaks to us in many different ways. We just have to learn how to listen.
Yeah,
and I believe
that's true,
my friend. And I believe.
Now, I want to ask Carlito about what was going on. How did they possibly get this all done? Because I heard that this place, I was there. Okay, so it was in a garden, and then all of a sudden, there's this event. This is just a garden. So, Carlito, you want to give us some insights at how you guys made this whole event happen? Because I know people have seen pictures. Did you see pictures, Yul?
I saw a couple, but I didn't get to see very many. I saw the stuff that Carlito tagged me in, and then you tagged me in a deal or two, but that was all I really got to see today.
No, I tell you honestly, it wasn't just a garden. One of the most famous gardens in the first city of the New World, in Santo Domingo, is the gardens of El Embajador Hotel. The Ambassador Hotel, or Embajador, as we say here, was a hotel built by the president, Trujillo, dictator Trujillo, whatever you say, back over about 60 years ago now. And there's been many, many movies made in that hotel, from The Godfather to Andy Garcia's The Lost City, and many, many more. It's a historical hotel, and it's owned by a Spanish now. It is run and owned by a Spanish, I don't want to say chain, but a very respected, called Occidental Hotels, and that's like their starship. Oh, wow. And it is just, it's been rebuilt, the chandeliers and everything in this place is in the gardens. You cannot just make a garden like that. It's got to be something that things were planted there 60 years ago, 50 years ago.
Wow.
The trees, the lights, this place is right off right off, the Caribbean Sea and the Caribbean, and it's just impeccable. It's a place that movies are made, and so the garden, even though it was a garden but rained, we had of course it was a platform. It was almost like a Cuban, motif, style. The floor is black and white. They set this whole place up. One of the great production people that came all the way. The sound system was state of the art from New York and everything. The band, Sandy Gabriel, one of the greatest saxophonists, jazz. The band was a big band, and then of course guest star, the greatest, Arturo Sandoval, the way Dizzy Gillespie, his understudy, Arturo Sandoval comes and plays the band, and the people were just going crazy. There was just so much love, and it was just spread out just everywhere, man. It was nothing. It was a special event. I get excited.
I'm trying to imagine that, man. I'm imagining it.
Now,
when you say Arturo Sandoval, that's jazz.
Yeah,
man.
He's amazing. He is.
Yeah.
But anyway, and everybody there. The main thing was, you could try to do everything perfect, but it's the people that make the magic. And when you have something that clicks and everybody's such in a good mood and they're enjoying cigars and they're talking and everybody's selfies, everybody's pictures, everything is hugs and everybody group pictures, and it's just nonstop photo, hugs, kisses, this and that, celebration. It was incredible. It was nonstop.
Wow.
I think finally I got a little snack or something. We found a little wagon that hadn't closed someplace, one of those little wagons out there in the middle of the Capitol, like about 4 o'clock in the morning, because I had to get there earlier. And like I said, it was the first time I think I ever got on time to an event. And to receive the people, it was amazing. It was. I didn't think I'd get through it. The receiving line was like, oh my God, you think it was inauguration of, something. It was incredible. It was incredible. But it was a lot of fun.
I don't know if you can see the comments from everybody in here, but they're feeling it.
Oh, I can feel it too, man. Believe me, I can feel it. I've felt it ever since, and I continue to feel it. But you know what? Even my body feels it. My heart is pounding so quickly that I don't, whatever physical strain or weight it's had, my heart overcomes it, and it's the medication, man. It's food. I wish I could relive that night 100 times more every year for the rest of my life. It just made me feel young again. And really, that kind of, but just imagine 2 years locked down. This is what I did every week. Go somewhere, get on a plane, off a plane, moving, taking the bags. Believe it or not, the bag up and the top, bag down. My shoulders hurt, my back hurt. I got to move, but I got to keep going. I got to make another flight. I'm running. I got to go to baggage claim. But all of a sudden stopping and not doing those things, I had no idea what a price I would pay physically, not counting mentally and emotionally. And all of a sudden being able to fly again, within our means and whatever we could do, because there's still certain situations. I'm dying to go back to New York. I'm dying to go to Ohio. I want to go to Mississippi, man. I want to go to Arkansas. I want to go to college. I want to go to every nick and nook of the United States, places that I haven't been in a long time, and go back, give everybody a hug. So
that's what it is.
It makes you
appreciate it more. Yeah, and I bet you have a renewed sense of appreciation now.
I do.
I think that's what everybody left with COVID.
I do.
COVID left us all with a renewed sense of appreciation.
Absolutely, my friend. And as you know, because you're very much in touch with feelings, with nature and earth, you never know what you had until you don't have it. And that's being locked down 2 years. You know what? Now I just feel like I'm rejuvenated. I feel younger. I'm full of, if I could say piss and vinegar, and just waiting to drop some napalm somewhere. I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
You watching the movies, man. You had some time on your hands. You watch a lot of movies.
Watching the movies, man.
Me too. Hey, somebody just put in the comments, since I'm in Dallas, they put in the comments, we need you here in Dallas. So I guess when you come back, I'm going to have to bring you over here on my patio and cook you a steak. And we're going to have to get a good bottle of whiskey. Turn Dallas up, man.
But in Dallas, the steaks are like this big.
That's true. That's true.
And wait. And the whiskey, they're in gallons, okay? They don't come in small. There's nothing small. There's nothing small in Texas. It's
Hey, we
beautiful.
do everything big in Texas, man. We do everything big. That don't mean
I
you got to
know.
drink it all or eat it
Yeah.
all, but you know, you get a big
No,
12-ounce
I'm looking
steak and you
forward.
eat about an
And
ounce.
I have very, very special friends in Dallas. Of course, uh, Jay Davis's family, and and it's a lot of other friends I've known for a long time. And
Uh-huh.
been talking about going to Dallas so long. Plus, believe it or not, I got a very special friend. It's very quiet. He doesn't say many things. Charlie Minato, who says the best sushi in the world is in Dallas. And we never talk about cigars. I never tell them what a fool and what assholes they are with their ratings. They should give us the highest. I never even talk about. We talk about sushi. And Charlie's my brother. I love him. We never speak about cigars. He asked me what's going. I said I don't. Hey, what blend is this? And I go, oh, tobacco. What would you want to know? And we just go back and forth. I mean, what a great guy. And the times he's come to visit, and I'm saying Charlie Minato from Half Wheel that lives in Dallas. The times he's come to visit and everything, it's always been his interest been the foundation, Cigar Family Trouble Foundation. Never asked me anything about cigars or really, and that's what I really appreciate. It's like Arturo Sandoval. He's my closest friend, best friend. And, along with other people who are special. Others are like my son. He's like my dad, the big brother. But we really don't talk about Hollywood or his career. We don't talk about, once in a while we have certain discussions and mention. We don't talk about cigars or what's happened. We talk about life. That's what we're, and we're close, and we talk about our families. We talk about life. We talk about situations. So
Wow,
in that way, and that's why I think Charlie is so special to me, of course, because it's always about life and food. We're always talking about sushi. We hit something, and I can't believe it, in Dallas, Texas. Come on, man. In the middle,
we have good. We have good
in the
sushi
middle. Wait, in the middle of beef cattle ground. I don't see any oceans nearby. He
Nope,
said,
but
no,
we
man.
got good sushi.
He said that sushi is the best. He says, good as anything that you get in New York or it's great.
Oh, yeah.
So I can't wait.
Yeah, when you come back, and you called out Jay Davis, and when I was reading the comments, he was the guy that said we need you back in back in Dallas. That was J.R.
Oh,
Davis.
Jay's on the program.
Yeah, he's on here. Yeah, it's in.
Hey,
he
Jay,
put it in
big
the
hugs,
comments.
brother. I don't know how he does it, man. He's on top of everything. That's why so many people love him, and I think that's why. Aside for what he does, because everything for him is about charity, and he gives back, and he's one. And I met him through charity. It wasn't through cigars or whatever, through Cigar Family many years ago. But Jay Davis is about the people, And I think that even during COVID, what he did, if somebody needed something, they couldn't get to him, he would deliver. He's the owner. He did the pack. He would deliver to the house and everything. And that's what brick and mortar, and that's what anything in life is about. It's about relationships and people that go the extra way. They give you that. Yeah. You're the best.
I'm going to make a point to reach out to him and meet him. And he said to tell you, I don't know if you saw the comment. He said, we got some great oysters. Yeah, he says we got great oysters in Dallas, too. He's telling you that in the comments.
Well, you know what? I got to come, but you know that I love oysters. I do. I love all the Indian tastes like salt water. That was my inspiration on my PJs. I got to send a couple to you.
I tell you what, so I've been motivated now. I'm going to try
salt water. I love the taste of salt water. I'm good on the water.
I lived in Japan for years, and I've never had oysters. I never had oysters. I lived in Japan for years, and I never had oysters before.
Wait a minute, my friend. You never been to the South New Orleans, Pensacola, Panhandle? You never been up to
Navarre,
you never been
Florida,
up to Northeast? You never been to Boston, Northeast, and there?
Yeah.
You never had oysters?
I've been to Philadelphia. My dad worked in the automobile manufacturing in Philadelphia for years. He retired, and I've been to Philly a million times. And like I said, I lived in Japan, and I've never had
place to me.
I love Philly. Wow. I love Philly.
Yeah, no, I
been
do
to
too,
Boston,
man. I do too.
But I've never had oysters. My niece graduated from school at Berkeley in Boston a couple years ago. I've been there a couple of times, and I've never had oysters, man. So you guys
well, you know what? The Northeast, and it's really Northeast, they're different oysters and everything, but I don't know what's going to happen if you try one. They got a secret. They're like potent.
I heard.
But it's not that.
I heard.
But I don't know. But it tastes very similar to something that I don't know, man. That's probably the thing that'd be crazy. I got it.
See,
Okay,
you're gonna
good.
make me run down to Dallas tonight to go grab me something. Mel, you like
Checkmate.
oysters?
You got it. You got it, bro.
Look at
You got it.
Mel's over there smiling there. She's just grinning.
Oh, Mel.
I
Yeah,
don't know
where's
if she
Mel?
can,
Oh, there she is. I see
she
her.
just jumped
Oh,
back
she
on.
has no
Mel, you like
idea.
oysters?
No, she's probably thinking PJ's Papa John's Pizza, you know? She
What?
probably, probably thinking, no, it's not Papa John's Pizza that I'm referring to, it's PJ. It's oysters. It's the taste of oysters. Oysters,
I
like they
love.
say in Boston. Yeah.
Yes.
I love
We're gonna leave.
nothing I
We're
love
gonna leave
more.
that right
Nothing I
there.
love more. Nothing I love more is a
Me neither,
breakfast of
buddy.
champions. You got
We
it,
got
man.
we got that in common, buddy. All day. I eat it all
Yeah.
day. Oh man, Mel's just cracking up. Mel, are you turning beet red on the screen there?
Look at JR trying to call me out.
I see it, Melanie. Okay, all right. That JR's the man over here. I'm gonna have to meet him. Here in Dallas. We're
Great
in the
man,
same
great
city.
man, great man, great friend to everyone. Great man, good man, honest man, hardworking man, dedicated man, but a giving man. That's his
Hey,
biggest trait.
love
He's a
those.
giving man. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. You know what? That speaks volumes about a person. That was one of the things we talked about today on one of the deals that I was doing earlier today. We talked about giving and letting your actions speak for who you really are. That was my thoughts of a classic man this morning, was
Yeah.
to let your actions speak. Don't worry about what people have to say about you. Let your actions speak and let them be representative of who you really are. And people will see you and they'll be drawn to you. That's a part of success, and so that's a very good thing. And we talked about that this morning.
Well, actually, I think you absolutely hit on the nail, but it's a part of being alive. It's a part of being
Yeah.
real. It's a part of maturing. It's a part
Yes.
of, coming to realize that life is, it's so fragile. And in
Yeah.
the moments like this, when you're able to have some synergy, have conversations with people, and you get to know them, you listen more than you speak, which I should do, and I try to do a lot. But you grow a lot, and you find out. And one of the things that I want to say, Mel, of course, she's heard me say this because she's a co-host of Meet the Professor every Sunday. But there's been so many people that others who are watching the program first time say, "Wow, they're interviewing a competitor. He's very successful." Yet Fuente's partner in the interview and everything. But I learned so much. I learned
Yeah.
so much because listening to their stories almost like listening to my own. Everybody, we all have the same heart, the same drive. Everybody, they want to if you're those that are really doing well, they're doing it because they love people. They want to be the best and be able to offer the best. They work very hard. So my respect has only grown for every one of my colleagues because we were all working so hard, but we didn't have an opportunity before COVID to hear each other's stories and speak and so forth.
Wow.
And I think that it's something that wasn't intended, but it's brought so many of us closer together because we
That's
realize
amazing.
there's no difference between you, me, or we're all the same. And I think that one of the things that what's happened the last 2 years and everything through social media and a lot of these podcasts and everything, watching and listening to other people, maybe perhaps someone for the first time in their lives, they've heard of Carlito Fuente, but they probably thought he was unapproachable. That guy is just, whatever, he's just a little phony or whatever, is a model no, I'm real and I'm human and I cry and I feel. And I think that this vehicle of what's happened through these podcasts and these programs and all these lounges that are built through social media has brought the world so much closer to better. It has in our world, at least. And it has
I
in
tell you, one of the
my
things
world,
that
my
I
heart.
see. I tell you one of the things I see with you, Carlito, and even from the last show, I told Mel earlier, I was telling her that I learned so much. And I went live after last week's show with you and I and the guys from the PCA and Mel.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
she can tell you,
Great
man, I
show.
was on fire. I was on fire after that show. And so I went live from my patio. And I just
Wow.
started telling people about what I learned because I learned so much. And Mel will tell you, I have not bullshit you. Mel, was I not excited? I mean, so many questions were answered, and then the dialogue between you and Steven and Glenn, as you guys are talking, I'm just sitting here like, shit, man, like all of the things I wanted to know, I learned that night. But I learned one thing that I thought was pivotal, and even today, you kind of alluded to it in what you were saying. Everyone has an independent journey, but at the end of the journey, you all end up at the same destination.
Absolutely.
And that's what I kind of took from that. And that's my takeaway with from some of the things that you're saying today. And I said this to you guys last week. I come on and I always have something that I want to talk about, and it escapes me because I learned something different, and I learned how important respecting each person's individual journey really is. Because when you get to the final destination, it shows who that person is and what their contributions are to us all. We can all learn from everyone's journey. And
Such
so,
strong words, my friend. But I'll tell you one thing. Could I just say? I just want to just say we all have to remember the train does not move without the conductor. And there's only one conductor pulling us all. And like I said before, I've said many times, some of us get off a little earlier, some a little later. We all get off in different destinations at different times. But no matter where we get off, we all end up together. We all go to the same destiny, and we're all one. And it's the conductor that leads us there. It's our life. It's the story of life.
That's right.
And I totally agree with you.
That's right. And I feel that, man. I just, another thing that I do on my Facebook page every day, I do a Bible verse in the morning, or I'll post a little story, and it's called Words by Chester. We call it Words by Chester. And Chester is a guy that I attend church with weekly. And because of COVID, I haven't really attended church much, but we formed a group of men. It's called the 33, and it's based on the principles of Proverbs. And, we use Proverbs as men, as people, to govern our lives in a daily way. And so even though I smoke and I drink, has nothing to do with it, I still take those messages and I apply them daily.
I agree.
And so I post it every day. And it is just we take all of this wisdom, throw it in a pot, and we share it every day amongst the guys every morning at 6 a.m.
That's beautiful.
And it's a way that we have accountability amongst men. But for me, I share it because it's not just about men. It's just about people in general and us coming together as one, man, to understand what this life is all about. And one of the things I say, time is fleeting, man. A couple of days ago, I was 25. I'm going to be 55 on July 4th. And I'm like, where did the time go?
God bless you. Look incredible. I'm not going to give up my age. Everybody knows it, but I'm close to 70 already.
I remember you told me, man. And it's just important. Like, we have this show. One of the reasons I'm so glad that Mel allows me to be here, you guys have me, because it's an opportunity to share, my vision, share my journey, but it's also a bigger opportunity to grow and to grow our culture. The cigar culture is such an important culture. And I think that for so long, people had these ideals that this culture is just for the wealthy, this culture is just for the white, or this culture is for this, it's for that. And it's not, man. This culture is a vibe, man. And I've learned so much in the year that I've been here. It's a vibe. And that's what I like to.
This culture is our heritage. This culture was here way before our great grandparents were here. When they discovered America, they discovered these beautiful lands. Tobacco was a sacred leaf. It was a sacred leaf. It was religious. They used it for three main purposes: social, of course, but also was medicinal. If they had a toothache or infection or cut, used tobacco. Tobacco was used for so many things, for pain, whatever. Tobacco was used. But the most important thing that people don't understand, to my culture, to the cultures of the Native Americans, to the culture all the way from North America, all the way to the Amazon, tobacco is the leaf that connects human life to those ancestors, those going beyond, to the gods.
That's right.
It's always been the sacred leaf. And I don't understand why. I can't figure out why we together don't have a recognized religion, just like Scientology or anybody else, because this is culture more. We've been around before anybody. We've been around before
Right.
Ford. We've been around before automobiles. We were around before Fred Flintstone. Tobacco's part of our life. And you know what?
Hey.
I think, you know what? And I tell you what, listen, why should everybody take advantage of us, okay? Why is it that the government lives from us and takes advantage of us, the humble cigar makers, the people who just want to enjoy a good cigar and share the time with friends? We should be recognized as a religious organization, and we should be exempt from paying taxes, just like the Native Americans. We go back, in history, tobacco should have its own separate category. It should be taught as part of our heritage and culture. And we should, and tax exempt, and all the taxes that we say, we put it back, we give to charity. We could do a better job than our government is doing. I think anybody, kindergartners could do a better job than what our government is doing. Really. It's pretty sucked. I mean, you know what? I'm blessed to be born in the greatest country in the world, but I am so shocked. I never thought in my lifetime I would see so much deterioration so quick. And you know what? I think it's people like you, it's faith in God and everything. We believe in values, believe in family, believe in your neighbor, I think that, the pendulum always swings and it always comes back, because
that's right.
I think that goodness is so powerful that it always has a way of fixing itself, and it will be fixed, because you're right. We're all one, and all we want is everybody to be happy. That's all.
I think one of the biggest things, like you said, Carlito, what's important for us as not only as people, as children of God, and I try not to, I give my views, about God, but I respect that everyone has a different deity or religion that they subscribe to. But one of the things I say all the time, and I teach this to my boys, never get so caught up in partisanship in politics that you lose sight of who you are as a man.
That's correct.
What your culture is, what I've tried to teach you. And one of the biggest things I talk to them about partisanship, and a lot of times people say, I think sometimes they say to me, you're shooting over the head. I said, no, I'm not, because there's going to come a time in life, maybe long after I'm gone, that they're going to say, my dad talked about this, because I say it now with my uncles.
You're absolutely right.
Government uses division. It uses our insecurities, our biases, to control us all. One way to control the people is to keep them fighting. And so one thing I love about the cigar culture, we're not fighting each other. We spend a lot of time trying to love through the leaf, man. And we all do that. We get it.
My brother, you said you wouldn't get involved. You're not partisan, but you just gave an opinion. But anyway.
Yeah, I did.
It wasn't you. It was an opinion. But I'm going to add to that. I have learned from walking around the world that everybody's the same. Listen, if I would have been born in Asia, Buddha would have been my God. Okay.
Yep.
You are part of your neighborhood, the way you were brought up. It's all the same, man. There's only one conductor. We just see them in the light of how we see ourselves. And I've learned that in life. Everybody has no matter what religion, what country. It's the basic human wants and needs and desires. It's all the same, man. And one thing, and that's helped me. And if there's anybody listen, hope it could help them also. Keep the perspective open about humanity. There are no boundaries. There's no boundaries. It's not, and we're all, I have friends from all over the world, from every religion, from so many countries. And I don't know, each one's an individual. And to me, I receive them for who that person is, not where they were born or not how they were taught. They are because of where they grew up. They're part of their environment. As I am part of mine, you're a part of yours, and every listener's part of theirs. But when it comes down to the bottom line, when it's all said and done, we're all the same.
Yes, sir.
We're all exactly the same.
It's that beautiful journey that we evolve through life that brings us, like you said, we all got to get off the train at some point.
Yeah,
and so through that journey, all of the places that the train takes us, we're evolving as it's as it's moving, as it's reaching its destination. And, you know, for me, my personal hope is that whatever I do, whatever I've done in my journey, that it blesses somebody or makes somebody smile, man. You always see me smiling. And I always, and I
Chevrolet,
say it all the time, I got shit going on. But you always
my
see me
brother, let me tell you
smiling.
something. I just hope that my train is a choo-choo train. Choo, 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 choo. Because you told me you lived in Japan. I hope it's not one of those fast trains that gets at their destiny quicker. I wanted to take this time before I get off at my final destination.
Hey, I
wanted to
picture
go
myself on a
slow.
choo-choo train going around the mountainside looking over the valley, man.
That's it,
I like
baby.
to look at the valley, man.
Hey,
Petticoat
Petticoat
Junction.
Johnson. I liked those girls on Petticoat Johnson. I still remember,
Oh,
man. Hell
boy.
yeah. The
Look,
Southern
I was
girls.
a kid
Oh,
watching
man.
that. I was a
Those
kid watching
Southern
that,
girls
you know.
with those cut-off shorts, those jean shorts and everything. Oh, my God. And the way they used to tie their blouses, you know, here with a knot. Oh, yeah,
Look like a
Petticoat
handkerchief.
Johnson.
Oh, yeah. I remember the
Oh,
show.
yeah.
I remember the show, Petticoat Junction.
You got it. Petticoat.
You remember
Yeah,
the
you
song?
got it.
Yeah.
Choo, 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 choo. Woo, woo. I remember, man.
Man, you about to make me sing it, man. How did it go? There's a little old something. There's a little hotel called the Shady Rest at the
At the
Junction.
junction. Woo,
Petticoat
woo.
Junction.
Yeah,
What you know about
time.
that, Mel? What you know
I don't
about the
think she,
Petticoat
she was
Junction,
too
buddy?
young. She's too young. She wouldn't
Yeah,
know.
because I was a kid, and I bet all of those people were dead and gone by the time I was 10. You know, they were
Yeah,
they
you know
they were
what?
all
I
Green
was
Acres.
young. I was,
Yeah,
yeah, Green. Yeah, I love her too, man. I was like 12 and 13, whatever, but man, I was fixed to that TV, man. That's why my eyes are kind of burned out because I kept looking at those girls. And man, when I grow up, I want to go to, you know, Petticoat Johnson,
oh yeah,
Jackson, whatever, Petticoat Junction, yes.
yeah. Petticoat Junction, the the,
That's
the
it.
hotel with the
Great, great.
Shady Rest, the Shady
Oh
Rest.
man, you got a good
I learned.
memory. You absolutely.
Hey man, I was glued to the television screen for years, man. For years. Mel, I got a question, Mel, for you.
But wait,
Can you?
please. I just gotta say something.
Yes, sir.
I really feel guilty. I have never seen the kid so quiet. She's always in control of everything. And now she's like, nurse, she's so quiet. What's going on? Haven't heard anything. People don't want to
Mel
see
told me
you,
she
hear
was
from
putting me
you.
to work.
Oh, they don't want to
Yeah, they
see
want to see
me.
Mel.
They
Yeah,
want to see
like
Mel. Mel, take it over, babe.
you see the
This is
V in my
yours.
shirt. The V in my shirt is not as pretty as
So,
the Mel shirt. Like they don't want
well,
to see
I
me.
mean, if I was to take over for a few minutes, then let me just tell you, this event that we just came to, first of all, thank you. I am so grateful to Ciro for inviting me to this event. Ciro was fabulous. I mean, he ruled it. These guys were incredible, and they had, just it wasn't just it's a garden, but this is an amazing garden, and they built this. He had his employees actually working the event, and these ladies were incredible. I mean, they were on top of it. They had if you saw a video of this, you saw the videos, right? They literally did this in 2 days. They built an entire event, like the whole
No
thing.
way.
Yes, in
No
2
way.
days. So they had it in 2 days, and I mean, it was just amazing. Okay, and then of course they had tequila, they had some whiskey, they had chocolates, they had a rum booth as well, and it was just incredible. And I can't say how much that I am so grateful to those ladies. Plus, all the other service was just top notch. And the music, oh my God, I'm going to pass it over to Carlito here in 2 seconds and let him tell you exactly who was the most amazing performer. I mean, there was actually all the performers. Actually, Ciro had his performers that you can find at the lounge. So if you guys go to the Arturo Fuente Cigar Club in Santo Domingo, then you're going to see these ladies perform as well. But we did have a couple of special, very, 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 very special guests play as well. So I'm going to let Carlito tell you about the special guests, because if you don't know this guy, then you guys are definitely missing out. So
I'm ready. I'm ready to hear it.
All right.
No, you're absolutely right. It was so much stuff. The food was amazing. The champagne, the entrance. I mean, they had everything. Walking around with all these special cocktails and drinks. The girls, people, like I said, like a Cirque du Soleil coming down from the sky. The light show brought from New York. It was incredible.
Wow.
But yeah, we did have a special guest who was really a guest, a friend that came to support. I met him the very first time the cigar club opened. And he came.
How many years ago was that?
26 years ago. Remember,
Wow.
I don't believe in. I said it was 25th anniversary, but it was actually 26 years ago. And
Wow.
the great maestro came to pay his respects. Came all the way from L.A. and performed. And that's the great Arturo Sandoval. Like I said, 10 Grammys, Emmys, the highest recognition any civilian could have from a U.S. president. President Obama awarded him with the Medal of Freedom.
Yep.
And, you know, he's got every key to every city. He sometimes said, well, you know, none of them work, you know, but he got a key to every city, you know, and, you know, it just, hey, he was given the doctrine from Notre Dame. He's a doctor, Arturo Sandoval. What a great guy. And he's made I mean, he's recorded with Frank Sinatra, Rod Stewart. I mean, you know, everybody. No, Stevie Wonder. I mean, just nonstop.
Yeah,
it was nonstop.
Quincy Jones.
I've
Romero,
seen him, Quincy Jones. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And he just got on stage and he just brought it to life. You know, but the band was amazing, of course. And when he's inspired with a great talent like that, and one thing he even said that he's seriously considering, spoken to his wife, to retire or semi-retire, but to move to Dominican Republic from LA, from California, where he lived. Because he just says the people here are just so, everybody has a smile. Everybody's happy. This is an amazing country. You know, I was not born here. I was born in the United States of America. I always says the greatest country in the world. I'm very, very proud. I'm proud of its values and what it represents to the rest of the world. Because everybody needs a big brother. I'm not saying that we're a force of big brother, but democracy. You know, it's an example for so many other countries and everything, what could be done through hard work and so forth. And Arturo being there and everything, people knew it was there, everybody was taking the photos. Oh, Big Papi was there also. Big Papi, David Ortiz from the Boston Red. I mean, there were so many people. But when Arturo went on stage, everybody was taking photos with him. But they were surprised. They didn't realize that he was actually going to perform. He played songs, got on the percussion, sang, tore the place apart. It was an experience.
He is the man.
It was a night for everybody to remember, and we will well, I guess as long as we could remember, we'll remember. No question about it.
When I first started listening to jazz, and I'm a big jazz fan, I love smooth jazz. But wow! I saw that.
Yeah, that was amazing. That's Cyril.
Wow.
Yeah, he's the president of Fuente. Just people it was celebrities, people that made movies. You know, it was just what a night. What a night. It was beautiful. It was great. Oh, the food was amazing. Yeah, exactly. About the food was incredible. It had well, you know what? I didn't get to eat. Okay,
Oh, you didn't get to eat?
I was over.
How did you not eat?
I told you I ate like 3 or 4 in the morning. I was overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed with just people and photos and just feeling the love and giving the love. You know, it was just overwhelmed. But I didn't get to eat. I didn't realize I was just like Oh wait. In the background, some of the sponsors of the evening, and he was.
You guys have no idea how excited I am because I love this guy. I'm a big fan of his.
Watch this. Watch. You can just see it through. He loves it, man. He just loves his music, and he brought so much energy into the room. It was incredible. There's Cyril. There you go.
This is Cyril. Okay. Is he coming on with us tonight? Is he going to join us tonight?
Well, I think Cyril, and I think he's still trying to answer emails and message everybody how happy they were and what, and he's still getting photos and trying to go. Everybody's just so excited. That's been the buzz of the country here. It's been the buzz. That's a speech. Yeah.
I can't understand him, but
He's speaking Spanish, but that's Cyril when he gave his presentation, thanking everyone. Special night. Beautiful. Very.
When
beautiful.
I come,
Very
I'll have
special.
my translator app on full charge. I'll be ready.
Don't
When
worry.
I come down.
There's some ladies here. You'll learn Spanish so quick, you won't remember it. Okay. No, wait. But wait a minute, Mel. You're getting the wrong idea. They have there's a crash course. You know what I mean? It's a crash course. You learn quick. You learn quick.
My wife speaks the language probably more. I speak a little bit.
Yeah.
I speak all the bad words. Of course.
Everybody. That's all everybody said. And everybody knows the bad words. To every language, they know the bad words.
I know them all, buddy. I know them all.
Yeah.
But my wife is that's my personal translator.
That's beautiful.
She's pretty good with all of that. I speak a little French. That's all. I speak a little French, but she speaks.
You speak Japanese?
I tried. And they said it was so easy. For 2 years, I lived in Okinawa, and I tried, and I picked up domo arigato. I picked up, just to, thank you very much, and I learned how to answer the phone. That was about all I could do. But I traveled. I traveled from Japan to Korea to Thailand and back. All the time, and so it's amazing when you go to the Philippines. If you speak Spanish. I think they call their language is Tagalog, and Tagalog in Spanish is very similar. So a lot of my roommate was Spanish, and he was from LA, from South Central LA, but he spoke Spanish.
And he got along well.
He did really well in the Philippines, man. Like he could communicate about 60% of the time because the languages are so close.
They're very similar, because the Spanish influence and everything. Sure.
Yeah. It's when you certain parts, when you go to places like Olongapo, some of the other places, there's a really heavy Spanish influence in the architecture and everything. Yeah,
of course, of course. I hear it's beautiful. You mentioned 3 countries I have not been to. I've been through Asia, a lot of countries, and of course, I've been to China, Hong Kong, Singapore, a lot of other places. Vietnam, which I fell in love with Vietnam. To be totally honest with you, I had an obligation to go. I was concerned about going. I grew up in the 60s. I remember my neighbors, my best friend, his mom, every day would be watching TV, 3:30 or 4, and there'd be a list of names coming out, and her son was in Vietnam. And I remember all that as a little boy living through all that and so forth of Vietnam and everything. So I had this negative, but man, when I got to Vietnam, and the people were so lovable, and it was just like the Dominican Republic on steroids. There were so many like motorcycles and people selling food in the streets, and there's all these little all these entrepreneurs, and it was like, and people and the culture, the way that they dressed, and and where I was brought, I said, oh my God, this is one of my places, my favorite, had the most impact on me in my life. I'm going to be going back. Maybe the end of this year, I have to go back to see artists. I love Vietnam. So that goes to show you there's so many places that I really want to see. But I have not been to Japan other than just through the airport. And I've not been to Philippines, which I hear is beautiful. I hear those islands are beautiful.
It is.
And,
it is. Rains every day, but it's amazing. It rains every morning. Every morning I would get up right around 5 o'clock. And it'd be raining, but by about 7 o'clock, it's like it never even happened. The heat would be hell. Well, I would say, like, I go outside to go running, and it's like hell, running in hell.
Wow, that's incredible. Yeah, that sounds like Florida rain, man. They're like the big size of, they're like marbles.
Yeah, big drops.
Boom, boom. Yeah, the drops are like
hail damage. That's how Japan is. Certain
that's
parts
like Tampa,
of Japan.
where I grew up. Tampa, afternoon raining like hell, and then it just goes away. Yeah, exactly.
I go there all the time. I got a brother that lives there, and I go pretty regularly. He comes here, and I go there, and I swear every morning when I was in Tampa, it rains every time.
I have a friend. Of course, I have a very, very dear friend whose family's from there, which is Arlene, Everybody knows Arlene. She had her program and everything. She's the sister of the Leaf. And then I have a friend who lives there, who's always posting on her Harleys and everything, J Love Gonzalez. And J Love's always promoting the Philippines. I mean, and I see the photos and everything. I just can't wait someday to have the opportunity. Hopefully the Lord.
You got to do it, Carlito.
Yeah,
you got to do it.
Want to. Yeah,
make it happen. Just make it happen. Just do it. Just throw caution to the wind and take a trip, man.
At my age, you know what? God at least is giving me the way of realizing that I'm not going to be around forever, and there's certain things that I should do while I could still enjoy myself and experience that, because I know that I would love it. I know that I would be so happy there. Just the experience of being there, because that's, to me, is one of the things that in life, if we work hard and everything, is getting able to be exposed with different cultures, different people. The architects, I'm big into architecture, though, just different than the cultures, and learn about history, why we are where we are, because there's an old saying that if you don't know your history, your past, you're definitely destined, you're condemned to make the same mistakes again. So you have to know your history, so you learn from it and know why we are we are and everything, and try not to make the same mistakes that was made generations ago. Just like you said earlier, to separate us in some way, because somebody had a power play or something that was an intent to separate us so they could have certain power, certain leverage, or for certain reasons, which is always about the money, man. It's always the money. It's always power. Yeah.
So, Carlito, I got a question for you that I ask every now and then. I do my little show called The Lounge on Tuesday nights. And it's a group of us guys that get on and we talk a little bit. I'm trying to get Mel to come on with me. But if you had one thing in your life, man, that you could do differently, and as I'm getting to know you, I'm realizing there's not a lot that you haven't done. This is the first time I heard you say there's someplace like you've not been. But if you had an opportunity to do one thing, not necessarily to change the trajectory of your life, but if you had an opportunity to do one thing different, what would it be?
The one thing different is kiss my mom and my dad and everyone so much more than I ever was, that I ever did. That's the only thing I think I would do different. I would obviously, now that I know mistakes, I would think that I would do them different, but no, because you learn from your mistakes. Mistakes are part of who I am. I've fallen so many times. I continue to fall, and I think I would never sacrifice things that I paid for. I would never change that, because I think that's who I am today. But the only thing I would do different, not that I didn't kiss them or hug them, but so many times they, take things for granted. They were just always next to me my entire life. My dad he was my partner, my best friend, my mentor, my dad, and I should have kissed them and hugged them and squeezed them, and just should have stayed with them just a little bit more, along with my mom and everybody else. And we were always just working. He was working, I was working. We worked side by side, but we both were like just so focused on what we had to do that I would just, why we should just sit down and laugh and smoke a cigar and shoot the shit. That's the only thing I would think right now that I could think of that I would do different if I could relive my life again.
So I'm gonna take that to heart, because the other day, my wife told me the other day, she said, honey, I'm proud of you. You've come a long way in less than a year. She said, but you're so laser focused sometimes. She said, I miss the days when you would come home and just sit down on the patio and do nothing.
And chill,
chill. And she says now, she said, I see you having fun. Like, she watches the shows after we do them. I post them, and she says, but the one thing I miss, she said, because I'm happy because I see you in your element, and this is you.
Yes, of course.
She says, but I wish you took a little more time now to sit down and smell the roses. Stop and smell the roses a little bit more. So I'm gonna take that to heart, what you just said. I'm gonna do that a little bit more.
Smell the roses, my brother.
More.
Believe me, you never know when you're not able to do anymore. Smell the roses. It's
yes, sir. I'm gonna take
That's what the Lord. That's why the Lord put the roses here, for us to smell them. So I think that we're not doing this. We're not doing the Lord's service if we don't, make that effort. But you only realize that when you get to a certain age and everything. Unfortunately, I've had how many times growing up as a teenager, around all these old mentors, these old Cuban blenders who I used to work with in the cellar blending tobacco. They were teaching me. And, I used to weight lift. I was 16, 17, coming, cut off shirts. And they used to tell me, man, if I had your body with what I know today, I conquer the world. And I used to say, people full of shit. What the hell are they talking about? Now I don't have a body, but now I know what they're talking about, So, but it's true, it's something you always realize these things when it's probably not that it's too late, but you really get to appreciate the important things of life, which are not always it's the simple things. Is you think about which is rare for you, I, or something, that you're with a friend and you actually are not doing anything but enjoying a cigar, maybe having a cocktail or whatever, and you're 4 or 5 hours having a conversation, maybe whatever, and that relaxation of that thing, you're just like chilling, man. I mean, really, that's priceless. And you're absolutely right.
I got to get back to it. You know what? You said it, and I'm going to do it.
You got to do it. Absolutely.
Mel, you are the witness. I just told the man that I'm going to chill out. So I'm chilling. Start tomorrow. I'm going to act up tonight, but I'm going to chill tomorrow.
That's right.
Oh my goodness.
Mel, what about you?
So I can't believe it, but like when we get on here, we start chit chatting, have a great time, and then before you know it, it's been an hour and 16 minutes. How's that?
Yeah, I saw that. I don't want it to end. You just lost your volume again.
All right,
There you
so
go.
I'm gonna unmute myself, but okay, here we go. Sorry. All right, so yes, we have been having the time of our lives on this live, and I am so excited to have Carlito here to be able to explain the amount of massiveness that this event exactly just had on the people that attended, and of course the celebration that it meant for Ciro and the Arturo Fuente Cigar Club. And congrats to Ciro and the Arturo Fuente Cigar Club. I mean, he outdid himself. It was just incredible. It was incredible. That's a reel.
Incredible.
This is incredible. It worked incredibly well. But
what was your favorite event, Mel? What was your favorite event, real quick? We went an hour and 17 minutes so far. What's 5 more? What was your favorite
I don't even
event?
know how my favorite event was. Definitely this one. I mean, this was definitely the event of a century, because not only did Ciro did this event for charity, but not only did he do that, but he also did it for the people that attended. And the people that attended, had to buy a ticket. And that allowed them to not only attend the event, but they went home. And this was a gift from Ciro for them attending the event. They went home with a box of the Impossible 13. So and they made a whole brand new box, a size of a box that we have never, ever, ever seen before in our entire lives.
I saw it.
It's never been released. And so that was sent out, and definitely, I mean, I would say that if you went home with a box of the Impossible 13, bless your heart, because you're going to be sought after. You better watch it. You better keep those cigars in that box. But also, guess what I heard? There's a very special group out there called the Cigar Fanatics House. Are you familiar with them? They're actually
Yes, I am.
Yeah, so they're actually raffling off one of those boxes for a very, very lucky person to win. So if you guys don't know, go check out Cigar Fanatics House. Or, sometimes I get that wrong. Let me just check it just to make sure that I got it right. But they are actually raffling off a box for you, the Fanatics Cigar House, okay?
Cigar House.
Unbanded Cigar House, and that's with an X, you guys, not
Right,
this.
right.
So if you are not aware, then go and check out their raffle. Get in that raffle if you want a chance to win that box, because it is incredible, because those cigars are very highly sought after because they're not even released out into the public, for your just average consumption. So if you're not sure, then go check them out, find it, and yes, Aldo is already in it. We love you, Darth Puro, and obviously his name is Aldo, but if you guys don't know him, then you might know him as Darth Puro on Instagram, which he is always in our comments, definitely supporting us. One of our big supporters. Love you, Aldo. You're so awesome. And so with these little bits, that is definitely one of our best things.
Wow.
Carlito take.
Oh my God! You know what? You just brought. It's one thing I want to add. Right before, remember in the beginning of the show, I spoke that I just came back from another event before the event in Santo Domingo with the Impossible Collection, the Impossible 13. These are cigars that are 10, 15 years old. Odds and ends, there's not many that I have saved and everything someday for the birth of a great grandson, I don't know. And, this was a special event. So now there was only total 400 boxes. Of course, Kenny and the owners of Cigar Fanatics were there. They got a box and they're auctioning it off. But that box in Detroit for Cars and Cigars for charity went for how much, Mel?
The box is
Yeah.
$500.
No, how much did it go for in Cars and Cigars? $55,000 for one box of cigars for 13
What?
cigars. Of course, it wasn't about the cigars. I want people to understand
It's about charity.
The cause. Yes, absolutely. And one
Wow.
very, very gracious one person who has been blessed in life that understands how this charity could save so many people and help the world one child at a time. The bidding got so hot and competitive, it ended up at $55,000 for the same one box. So, and it's for charity. So with the the group Fanatics are doing, if you get a chance to get these boxes, something that's amazing. I'm sure that the collectors are going to go for it and everything. So that's very generous of them to give people an opportunity to get the box if they weren't able to go. So it's going to be great. It's very, very special cigars.
Wow.
Very special.
Wow.
But remember, it's not about the cigar, it's about the people. And,
that's right.
and whatever is donated or given, it's not about cigars, it's because for a great cause. And people are there to enjoy themselves. But most important, they're there to make a difference in life and give back. So we always have to keep that in the back of our minds. When people understand what people are crazy, no, they're not crazy. They're people that just are capable and willing to help others. That's all it's about. Cigars are just a vehicle to make it happen and bring enjoyment during the event. And people come and but it's not the cigars. And I just wanted to make that clear with so many people. They just don't get it. They don't understand. But I want everybody to understand, everybody to get it, everybody to enjoy it. Because the ones that celebrate the most, it's like the people from Fanatics. They get the box, then they want somebody else to enjoy it. And they give it. And one thing I learned with all the charity events I do with all these collectibles, sometimes, or not sometimes, a lot of times, the person who bids very high for these special rare products, they end up donating it back in the future for another charity event. And they may go to 2 or 3 and keep bringing in money to the charity and to other charities, the same box of cigars or the same prize. That's what the cigar industry is about. And you know what? I don't see that in other industries. It really is special. And it's, as you said earlier, I think you mentioned that we're misunderstood what we're really about. When I'm saying we, I'm talking about everybody, all cigar lovers and everybody from walks of life. A lot of times people misunderstood and everything, but we just, we're about love and we're about sharing with the love and spreading the love. So that's what this is really, truly all about.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And it gives me hope, for the future of our culture right now. The cigar
No question
culture.
about it.
I think it's evolving. I think that as you spread that message, Carlito, Mel, you doing what you're doing, I think
and
it needs big things for us in the future, and I'm gonna be a
and
part
you're
of it. I swear.
and you're doing exactly the same, and you have a very smooth way of doing it. You got the smile, like I said earlier in the beginning of the show. And you know what? You know what? You talk the talk, but you walk the walk. And I
Yes,
think that
sir.
people feel it, they perceive it, and they really coming from you. It really is. It penetrates. It really does. And I just want to say thank you, and just continue, man, giving,
Wow.
continue giving, because the more you give, the more you receive in life, and just keep giving. Spread the love. Just keep spreading the
Yes,
love.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you
You're
so much.
very now, Carlito, humble cigar maker, not sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir, Carlito. I got you. Hey, that's
Hey,
the Marine
sir,
in me.
sir is
Plus, my
what's his name?
mom,
Paul.
my mom be like, "You
Paul.
better say
Hey,
sir."
Paul McCartney is sir. Arturo
Uh,
Sandoval is doctor. I'm a humble cigar maker. All right, please don't embarrass me. But anyway, thank you, bro. I love you, man. Thank
yes,
you.
I love you too, man. Thank
Thank
you,
you. Thank
Mel. Thank you. Thank you. I always like to take a couple of seconds in the show to say something about Mel. You know, I and it's something that I'm passionate about, so I'm gonna put the shit out there. Mel, what I like about you is that you are misunderstood. And I think when people get an opportunity to talk with you like I've had a chance to meet you personally and to have a drink with you and smoke a couple cigars with you. I don't think people understand who you really are. They see this pretty girl with this blonde hair and she's beautiful and she gets on, but when you start talking about cigars, this is your lane. This is your
you.
thing, and
And
and and
Lane.
it is, man. I've been talking with you. We've had conversations on the phone, and most people don't get to see, but I hope they do through this show. They're going to get to see how special and how valuable you are to this culture. And I'm glad that we're buddies, and I get an opportunity to come on the show and talk with you. I look forward to this on Friday. I had to change my date nights to Thursday. I changed my date night to Thursday for this. So I had to go through some stuff for that. I want you to know that, Mel. But I am
That's
so
beautiful.
proud and elated to be a part of this show and to have you as a friend, Mel. I really, really appreciate you, and I want other people to appreciate you as much as I do. I really do. I want them to get an opportunity to see the level of dedication and the work that you put into what you're doing. I didn't realize until you came to Texas and we met out in Fort Worth at Wild Cigars, and I was like, dude, she's always working. Like people don't see the little things that you're doing off the camera, but I had an opportunity to see it, and it's amazing. It's amazing. For those of you who are watching, I want you guys to know that, man. This girl isn't just a pretty face. There's a lot of dedication and hard work, diligence and persistence, which is a big word for me. Persistence is what you got to have, and she embodies all of those characteristics. So let that be my thought of the last draw. Take a lesson from Mel, take a page out of her book. Persistence is the key. Everything else will shine through. Just do what she does. Just watch her. And I promise you, you're going to see something that you've never seen before. You're amazing, Mel.
I
Amazing.
totally agree. Totally agree. She's
Amazing.
all heart and soul. I
Yes.
do, and perhaps a lot of people do misunderstand her, but working with her, meet the professor, as well as Jeremiah and Jose Blanco, the professor, and other people who've gotten to know her, also feel exactly like you do. And
Yeah.
there's nothing. She has so much passion. She doesn't give up, and no matter what
Oh,
people
yeah.
criticize, what people say, she works around the clock and everything, and she just gives so much to this world. She is so sincere, so down to earth, so humble, so real. And that's something that you don't learn it. You're either born with it. And I always tell her, Melanie, be yourself. Just be yourself. Be your innocent,
Yes.
giggly Southern girl, whatever it is. Don't change. Don't listen to people that want to give you advice. Just be yourself, because that's what people
Yep.
love about you. You're spontaneous, giggly, your way to being, and how kind you are, and how she's always there to help those in need. And to me, that is something that is an incredible human value that she definitely possesses. So I agree with every word you said. I concur. I endorse it, and that's why I'm here with her tonight, and that's why I'm with her on Sundays and so forth. I mean, that's why I give my time, because she needs to, not she needs, we need her to continue, be
Yes.
successful, be heard,
Yes.
and for people to get to know the real Melanie, as you know, and as I've come to know. And I feel very blessed to be a friend, and I consider myself a big brother. So I really appreciate your words, and I totally agree with everything you just said, word by word.
Yes. Yes, my friend. That's, you see, I didn't call you sir this time. I said, yes,
No,
my
I
friend. I didn't
prefer
call
that
you
you
sir this
don't.
time. I didn't do it. But yeah, Mel, I just wanted to put that out there because they need to know.
Real quick. All right, so
There you
I
go.
do have to say, you guys, that we have had an amazing show tonight, and I appreciate both of you gentlemen on here for giving me the accolades, but plus just being here with me. I do have to put in some good information. So let me tell you something very, 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 very exciting. And I know Yule is going to be excited about this too because he got to experience it firsthand. This weekend, okay, Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Professor Show is going to have one of my absolute favorite guests on. Scott Pierce is going to be our guest
Yeah.
this weekend from the PCA. Look at Yule, he's like
Yeah.
so excited. I know,
You know,
right?
you know, you
Yeah,
know I'm a big
I
Scott
love
Pearson fan. I like that guy, dude.
it. So
Love that guy.
let me tell you, this is going to be a fabulous show. Do not miss it. This is so important because the PCA is coming up. The PCA, you guys, is so important to our entire industry. They are the ones that are fighting for us. They are the ones that are putting in the dollars to be able to give us a voice. This is not, something that anybody just has to do, okay? These guys are working so hard. So it is so important for all manufacturers to attend the PCA, to be there to support this, because this is what's keeping our industry alive. So if you know a
Right.
manufacturer that's not attending, then tell them, attend, attend, attend. Retailers, if you know a retailer that is not, is not aware of the PCA, tell them to join the PCA. If there is a consumer out there, if you guys don't know, cigarrights.org, you can go and you can sign up. You can get your lifetime membership for a measly amount of money, but it's more, it costs maybe 2 cigars, okay? The amount that it would cost you to buy 2 cigars, this is the amount that it's going to cost to keep your right to be able to continue smoking cigars. So go and check that out. I'm going to put the banner up just so that you guys can definitely go and check that out. But those are super, super important for you to go and, if I can find it, to go and support. So if you guys don't know, the PCA definitely is coming up. We're super excited to go and show there. There's going to be lots of new released cigars. So for your retailers to join, that is super important for them to be able to come and grab those cigars, get the chance to bring them into the stores so that you guys can purchase them. So definitely let your local retailers know and share it with your any kind of manufacturer. I know there's a ton of new manufacturers of cigars out there, a lot of boutique cigar people out there. Bring them in and tell them that this is where you should start. It doesn't matter how big you are, but I mean, there's other manufacturers out there who are willing to share their booth with you, just because it's important that you show up and you're a supporter of the event. So that's what I had to say. And then also, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Now I'm going to bring in, pull me out of solo so I'm not like the only one here. But thank you,
That was
gentlemen, for
great.
joining. And I'm gonna give you guys. Actually, we're missing now would be a great time to go into our segment for the final thoughts of the Friday for the Friday's final draw. I guess I can't ever get. I'm working on this.
We always thought what you named it. Thoughts of the last draw. That's what Mel named it. It's thoughts of the last draw with Chevalier, with Mel, and with Carlito. And what we're going to talk about is completely different because I never get to go with the thought that I start with, that I practice. I'm going to give you something from the heart. It's an amazing thing to, meet people, and develop relationships here in the cigar world. Tonight, me, Mel, and Carlito talked about a great many things, talking about persistence and dedication, becoming aware, becoming involved, being a person of being a charitable person. All of these things are things that make us special, that define who we are and let people see us through our actions. I would challenge each and every one of you, for one, to join the PCA because it does, have a major influence on our culture, but also find a charity that you can donate your time to. The more you give, the more you'll receive. And that's my thoughts of the final draw. For me tonight, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna think about some of the things that Carlito said. I'm gonna connect myself with a charity and I'm gonna start giving. I try to give every day in everything that I do because I want to receive. And it's not all about receiving. It's about receiving the joy and the feeling inside that it gives me to see someone else smile because of my efforts. I hope you guys feel the same way. This is the thought of the final draw with Chevalier, and I'm here with Mel and Carlito. It's been a great show tonight. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Much love from us. We are the cigar culture. We are the people that are trying to bring it to you every week. We want you to see that it's not just about smoking cigars. It's about coming together in the name of the leaf to impact change, to bring about change, and to show love. And that's what we're doing tonight. So we love you and we appreciate you for watching the show.
Lots of love to everybody. Good night.
Lots of love to everybody. Good night, everybody.
Everyone. Good night, everybody. Good night.
Yes,
God
sir.
bless. Stay safe. And happy Fuente
Yes,
Friday. Take care.
Happy
Bye-bye.
Fuente Friday.
Bye, everyone. Good night. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.